We've got more damage in the crypto lending space. Voyager saying that it's temporarily suspending trading, deposits, withdrawals, and all loyalty rewards. That was effective at 2 p.m. Eastern. That release, though, just coming out, and CEO Stephen Ehrlich saying, quote, "This was a tremendously difficult decision, but we believe it is the right one given current market conditions." He says the decision today gives them additional time to keep exploring strategic alternatives with various interested parties while preserving the value of the Voyager platform. This is an investing app. It's also a lending company. It comes after major crypto hedge fund Three Arrows Capital defaulted on a loan to Voyager. The company is saying on Monday that hedge fund failed to pay a $350 million loan in the U.S. dollar-pegged stablecoin USDC. They also had a major Bitcoin.
What's up, everyone? Guy here, Minority Thinker. Welcome to my channel. Again, that's breaking news, guys. Voyager just suspended trading, deposit, and withdrawals. Okay, that means it's very, very close to bankruptcy. It's trading options. It's basically the last resort before liquidation and bankruptcy. Okay, guys. So before I go on and tell you, the contagion has started in the cryptocurrency, and it will affect Bitcoin in a major way. Before we go and explore this path, where all the contagions potentially are that's still out there, it's if you like my content, please do like and subscribe to my channel, Minority Thinker. 90% of my viewers are not subscribers. If you can subscribe, I greatly appreciate it. Okay, guys, where do we start from here? Basically, Voyager, it's another dominoes to fall. Voyager had massive exposure to, again, like this lady was saying, Three Arrows Capital. And Three Arrows Capital had exposure, massive exposure to Terra Luna. Obviously, y'all know Terra Luna just basically a few months ago crash and fail. Okay, so it started, the contagion started with Terra Luna collapse, and that spread to Three Arrows Capital. Like I mentioned from my previous cryptocurrency crisis, leads to Three Arrows, and Three Arrows basically the kingpin of all the money's at. Okay, and let's explore, see where are all the monies. If you trace back, okay, let's take a look at this article here. Inside the Three Arrows Capital money machine, okay, these list reported lenders to 3AC, including Genesis Global Trading, BlockFi Lending, Voyager Digital, Blockchain.com, okay? So it looks like BlockFi Lending's already failed, or basically got rescued by none other than FTX founder. Voyager Digital, again, just freezes account. So the two remaining, Genesis Global Trading and Blockchain.com. But it goes in further here. But the block has learned that the list of 3AC's creditor goes beyond these larger institutions. So there's more contagion out there, guys. So let's take a look here. Defiance, AVAX, DYDX distance themselves from Three Arrows Capital drama, okay? So basically, as you know, so crypto fund Defiance Capital, it basically financed the project AVAX and DYDX, okay? So they distance themselves, okay? Three Move distanced themselves from 3S, which may face possible insolvent insurance, incurring at least 400 million liquidation early this week amid tumbling market and troubles crypto lender Celsius. As we all know, Celsius fell, Babel fell. Defiance Capital founder Arthur Chiang said in the tweet, firm was not done and was actively working to resolve the situation. Chiang tweeted came hours after founder Ryan Silcutt said 3AC faced liability of over $1 billion and that funds like Defiance may be done. Defiance always operates independently, Chiang wrote on Telegram. AVAX, a 3AC project, said its treasury funds were not custody or managed by 3AC due to recent speculation. Would like to clarify that 3AC has never in any way managed, used, or custody by AVAX Foundation Treasury Funds, the project tweeted. Okay, so I'm a bullish on AVAX, but because of this exposure, potential exposure to 3AC through Defiance, again, you gotta be very concerned too as well. While 3AC hasn't commented on the speculation, Sue said the team is in contact with relevant parties. We are in process communicating with relevant parties and fully committed to working this out, Sue tweeted. So, I mean, the project could be a good project, but if it has exposure to 3AC, which are being bankrupt and basically liquidated, they might have exposure. The court can come and try to liquidate whatever potentially part of its asset, and AVAX could potentially tie into that, or Defiance could tie into the 3AC somehow, and then AVAX, DYDX also tie into that. So you got to be concerned about that as well. Okay, guys, Contagion is spreading, and let's take a look at this right here. Okay, guys. Like I mentioned, Genesis Global Trading. Genesis faced hundreds of millions in losses as 3AC exposure swamps crypto lenders. DCG-owned Trading Colossal is said to have suffered 9-figure losses, partly through exposures through Arrow Capitals and Babel Finance. Again, I have all the links in the description below of all the headlines, okay? Cryptocurrency market maker and lender firm Genesis Trading is facing potential loss in hundreds of millions, according to 3 people familiar with the matter. The losses at Genesis relate in part to exposure to over-leveraged hedge fund 3 Arrow Capitals and Hong Kong-based lender Babel Finance, and are on the order of few $100 million. One person said the losses come as the collapse of 3 Arrows Capital sent shockwaves across crypto lender industry, with numerous firms facing substantial losses from their exposures to the fund. The precise tally of Genesis losses may not be known. Again, Genesis, which is owned by Digital Currency Group (DCG) and also the owner of CoinDesk. So the CoinDesk itself, this news outlet, is owned by Digital Currency Group, which owned by Genesis, which Genesis had exposure to 3 Arrow Capital. So far, that's all we know, guys. The contagion has spread, so you got those that are exposed to 3 Arrows Capital, Genesis Global Trading, BlockFi Lending, Voyager Digital, Blockchain.com. So these two's already basically get either bailed out or shutting down their withdrawals. So the moral of the story, guys, like I mentioned from previous videos, this has not even bottoms out to see how the contagion is spreading. Okay, so if you're thinking this is the bottom, I believe you are kidding yourself. Again, I'm bullish on Bitcoin, the technology, but at current juncture, we're in this massive crisis. Huge crisis, okay, guys? Right now, I'm risk off, but once it's dust settled, then I'll jump back in. But right now, guys, it's not looking good for cryptocurrency, and it will affect Bitcoin because of the contagion, because of the over leverage. And what's worse is that we're in the mid of a recession. You know, a lot of folks are comparing to the .com crash. This is very similar to it. Liquidity will dry up, and a lot of projects will fail. Without liquidity, it's kind of like air, like what Warren Buffett's saying. It's kind of like air. You can't go without it for a few minutes because you're not going to make it. Okay, guys? So wait until the contagion, wait until it all died out, wait until the dust settled, guys. Because I don't think it's at the bottom. There's strong resistance at the 19, like I mentioned from my previous video. Usually when it breaks, it goes up a little bit, but right now it's on its low trajectory. It's going to drop to the next resistance here at 11 or 12. and then potentially even go down more if Contagions continues, okay? And again, the Contagions, I'm not even talking about US Tether, okay? And these are just the hedge fund, Three Arrows, Babel, Celsius, BlockFi, Voyager, Genesis Trading, like I mentioned earlier, Genesis, Defiance, AVEX, DYDX, okay? These had exposure to Three Arrows Capital, could potentially be in court and get liquidated. We'll see how that's going to play out. So keep out, guys. Defiance, AVEX, DX, DYDX, okay? These had exposure to Three Arrows Capitals. Those are exposures, had massive exposure to Three Arrows, could potentially be in court and get liquidated. We'll see how that's going to play out. It's not looking good for cryptocurrency and, Bitcoin. So, all right, guys, that's it. All right, stay safe out there.